All right, today we're going to talk about something, well, something really different. This isn't just another app you download and forget. We're looking at a piece of technology that's built with a guiding philosophy. You could even say a soul. It's called GestaltView, and it kicks off with a pretty radical idea about what tech should even be doing for us.
Okay, so this quote, this is really the key to everything we're about to unpack. The idea here is that the real point of tech isn't just about, faster processors or hoarding more data. It's about serving the human spirit. The real game changer isn't what the code can do, but how that code helps us be.
So really let this question sink in for a minute. It cuts right to the chase of what GestaltView is trying to fix. I mean, we live in a world where we are the product, right? Our data, our attention, it's all up for grabs. This platform, it's flipping the script. It's about carving out a digital space that's truly yours, a safe place for the most important thing you have, your own consciousness.
All right, Section 1, Technology with a Soul. Sounds pretty grand, right? So what does that actually mean? Let's break down the core concept that makes this AI totally different from anything else out there.
The name they've given this is consciousness-serving AI, and you gotta pay attention to the words they use. The whole philosophy hinges on adapts and celebrates. Notice what's missing? Words like corrects or optimizes. This isn't about trying to shove your brain into some neat, tidy box. It's about building a tool that actually respects and works with the unique, messy, beautiful way you already think.
So how do you build something like this? Well, it all starts with these really powerful guiding metaphors. And these aren't just, fluffy marketing slogans. They are literally the blueprints for the system. Beautiful Tapestry is about weaving all the fragmented pieces of your thoughts into a whole story. Exploded Picture Mind is this amazing way of reframing ADHD not as a deficit, but as a kind of superpower. And you'll want to hang on to that last one. The founder is the algorithm. We're going to come back to that because it is an absolute game changer.
Okay, moving on. Section 2, 3 challenges, 1 platform. Because a cool philosophy is one thing, but where the rubber really meets the road is in solving real, deep human problems. And GestaltView focuses on 3 huge ones. First up, for those navigating Alzheimer's, the guiding idea here is presence, not perfection. Think about that. This is not some cold clinical memory test trying to catch you making a mistake. It's not going to buzz at you if you get a name wrong. Instead, it's designed to be a gentle companion. It validates your reality, wherever your mind might be in the moment, to preserve dignity above all else.
For addiction recovery, the principle shifts just a little to progress, not perfection. The system is built on the fundamental understanding that recovery is never, ever a straight line. A setback isn't seen as a failure. It's just information. It's data. The entire point is to be a completely non-judgmental ally that's there to celebrate every tiny step forward, 1 day, 1 hour, whatever it takes.
And then there's ADHD, and this one is just incredible. The reframe is, your chaos has a current. I just love that. So instead of all these apps that try to hammer your brain into thinking in a straight line, this gives you tools to surf that amazing, chaotic wave of ideas. It helps you find the patterns in what everyone else calls scatter and turn it into your own personal engine for creativity. All right, Section 3, weaving your digital tapestry. So we've talked about the big ideas, but how does it actually work? How do these tools help you build your story? Let's take a look at the Loom itself.
Okay, take a look at this. At first glance, it just looks like a spreadsheet, right? But it's not. This is the soundtrack to a human life. This is Maggie Alvarez's story. For her, Moon River isn't just a song title. It's her wedding day. It's the memory of her late husband, Carl, humming it in the kitchen. And this is what the system does so beautifully. It doesn't just store data. It captures the feeling, the emotional context that makes a memory matter.
Then there's this feature called the bucket drop. The easiest way to think about it is like a digital time capsule. You capture a memory, a thought, a message for someone, you seal it up, and then you set a trigger for when it gets opened in the future. Now that seal is the really cool part. It uses blockchain, which basically acts like a digital notary. It proves that the message is authentic and that nobody's tampered with it. So you could record a birthday message for a grandchild in 10 years and know for a fact it'll get to them exactly as you intended.
Okay, now we're getting to what I think is the most unique, most powerful idea in this entire project. Remember that metaphor from the beginning? The founder is the algorithm? This is it. This is where the soul of the technology really comes from. So where does the platform's empathy come from? It's not faked. It's not a simulation cooked up by an AI guessing what a human feels. It is literally encoded.
We're talking about more than 14 years of the founder's own personal journey through addiction recovery. Every single setback, every insight, every lesson learned, all of it has been systematically programmed right into the system's DNA.
And here is what that looks like in the actual code. See, it's not just a philosophy, it's a function. So if a user types in the word relapse, the system doesn't spit out some generic canned response. No, the code itself triggers a piece of genuine wisdom, something learned the hard way. Relapse doesn't erase progress, it's information. This is how you turn a life story into real, systematic, genuine empathy.
Now look, all of this amazing, empathetic tech would be completely useless if you couldn't trust it, right? So let's get into the bedrock of that trust. This is what GestaltView calls digital sovereignty.
And when you put it side by side with how most tech works, the difference is night and day. The standard model, you know the drill. Your data is the product. They're watching, harvesting, selling. GestaltView is built on the exact opposite idea. It's local first, which means your data physically stays on your device, and there is zero telemetry, ever. That means they're not tracking how you use it. This isn't some setting you have to dig for, it's the entire foundation.
And these aren't just empty promises. The tech backs it all up. The core AI runs on your machine, so your deepest thoughts never get sent to some random server in the cloud. Everything is locked down with AES 256 encryption. That's military-grade stuff. And at any point, you can download your entire life's tapestry in an open format that you control. That is what real data ownership looks like.
And here's the proof, right here in the architecture. You're looking at the system's actual blueprint. This file is literally the set of instructions for how it runs, and you can see it right there. The AI, the database, the part that makes connections, it's all designed to live on your device. Privacy isn't a feature you can toggle on or off. It is baked into the very foundation of the thing.
So we end up right back where we started, with a question. What we've seen with GestaltView is a vision for a totally different kind of technology. One that's built to serve, to honor, and to empower us. It's a tool to help you see the patterns in your chaos, preserve the memories that matter, and understand the story you're actually living. So the only question left isn't about the tech anymore. It's for you. What threads are you waiting to weave?